All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're here today with Broken Anvil Knife Works. We'll take a look at some of the stuff they have to offer here. We're going to give you guys a good little view of the table, some good looks at some of these blades. We'll come back and talk about some individual ones here in a minute. Just give y'all a good little overview. Some close-ups on our Damascus here.
Really get in on this one because he killed that one.
It looks incredible. Is that Baker's Forge? Or is that?
Yeah, I think so. That's his. Yeah, he did awesome on that steel though.
It looks incredible. Man, I still don't know how in the world they layer those different types of in there with the steel and don't blow it out and melt it away.
Some people buy that steel and they still ruin it. You got it perfect.
You got to do some special work to it, I'm guessing, whenever you're forging that kind of.
You need to show some love.
Well, man, tell me a little bit about what you've got here. What got you started, and some of your background as well. We definitely need to know more about you, Charlie.
I've been in the Army for 15 years, and honestly, the Army is fun, but it doesn't pay for me to have fun. So I found a way to have fun. Started out on my porch, and 11 years later, now all I do is make kitchen knives that I enjoy, or I make other people Damascus.
I've seen a lot of your Damascus going around. Like I said earlier, I see you're working with Microtech now.
Yep.
They're a really big maker, but they love to bring in phenomenal work, and everything that they bring in is immaculate. I've paid very close attention to them in the last 3 years, and it's like every piece that they buy, the leather that they put on it, whatever it is absolute top of the line. So
Tony is very strict on what he will accept and what he won't. So like when we did our steel for the meteorite knives, I spent weeks just making the meteorite into usable steel.
Into usable condition and size and pieces.
Because it took a long time to make sure, because the meteorite doesn't want to stay in one piece.
Yep, and dude, you should be incredibly proud. Not only does your work look phenomenal, but it's hard to get that man to take your product and put it into his stuff too. So that should be something you're definitely proud of there.
And he started out with me actually insulting him on accident, and I didn't know who he was.
It happens.
So it's a miracle that we're even friends.
Well, that's part of the game, though, man. We're all here for a reason, and the more connections we can make and make each other's businesses better, that's what we want to do. So, man, what is your favorite piece, Charlie, on the board today?
So I would probably say it's my River Woman.
The River Woman.
This is my trailing river Damascus. So you've got a high layer Damascus jacketing with 1080, 15 and 20 and 80 CRV core.
Oh, lovely.
But the best part's the handle.
I was going to say, get to that handle, because that's incredible.
Like you're looking up for, man, that's...
She follows all the way through.
Oh, man.
I love that knife.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I saw you and David Mayer playing with this guy earlier as well.
Yeah, that hog splitter's a beast.
And if you would, for the video, explain to the group what you did here with your steel, because I think it's fantastic and it looks phenomenal.
So I started out with 4 pieces of ship anchor chain, welded them all into a solid piece of wrought iron. Once I had it into a block, I drifted out the front face just enough so that I could put a piece of my crucible steel on there. Got the crucible steel on, and then I drew the handle out. But the way that grain on that steel comes out after etching it, that's gorgeous. It honestly looks better than the wrought iron does, and I love wrought iron. But the steel is beautiful.
That's what I was going to say. My first look at this was that edge steel, and it looks beautiful. I'm going to get a good up-close shot for you guys to just see the layering in there and the amount of work it would take to forge that together.
Oh, and this thing's 9 pounds.
And the fact that it just looks so beautiful when it's done. I don't see any inclusions or anything on there when it looks fantastic. Just get you guys a better view. That's a phenomenal piece. That's a really phenomenal piece. Well, Charlie, I really appreciate you, man. Is there anything else out here that you wanted to show off today and give the guys an up to speed view and story behind?
This jelly roll Mosaic, I started off making a single jelly roll, and then I just started stacking it up, so you've got jelly rolls all up and down the blade. And I just love that thing. I absolutely love that.
That looks incredible. I love that. That raw look on the back on the spine has always been
just
something.
That little bit.
Man, it pops. It gives you that little bit more of an authentic feel, a hand-forged feel.
Because I can do a fully finished blade, but leaving just a little bit, that's me.
Yep, and I like it, dude. It gives you that handmade touch. That's incredible, Charlie. You got a little twist on that same feel here with a little back rock grind on your spine.
Yep.
Gives you a little bit of that aspect as well. And guys, if you get a
That's
chance,
actually a piece of steel that me and Tony made together.
oh really?
Coy's
That's
place.
a feather Damascus.
Yeah, because when I went out to Coy's earlier this year with Tony, I taught them how to make feather Damascus, and that's one of the pieces that we made while I taught them how to do it.
It's so beautiful, man. I love feather Damascus.
Because Coy does all his really gorgeous copper stuff, but he never did feathers. And if anybody's paid attention to his page lately, he's throwing feathers out there, and he's getting good at it.
And that's a hard one to master too. With that, just getting the pattern lined up and spaced
It lined
properly.
up and then not opening it up when you start drawing it out.
Exactly.
People will open it up and they'll wind up with 2 halves of a feather.
Instead of yep. And that's
And once you get it right, it's gorgeous.
man. I really appreciate you, Charlie. Do you have some social media stuff you can tag in here? We'll also put you down in the description as well.
My Instagram's Broken Anvil Knife Works. Facebook's Broken Anvil Knife Works. That's about it.
Man, I really appreciate you, Charlie. Thanks again, brother.
Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the show. Have a good show, sir. Y'all check him out. I'll put his information down in the description. Thanks again, Charlie. Broken Anvil Knife Works.